Each month, myself and other Irrational Passions members will play through a new game. Modern to retro, obscure to popular. Games we've played before and those we haven't. We'll be hitting checkpoints as we go and discussing our experiences. Play along with us and join in the discussion. This is Video Game Book Club. Welcome, everybody, to the premiere episode of Irrational Passions Video Game Book Club. I am your host, Scott, and each month, along with other Irrational Passions people and possibly guests, we'll be playing through a video game, and then on various checkpoints, we'll be discussing our time with the game and giving you a chance to call in and interact and play along with us. For our first game, we'll be playing Batman Arkham Asylum, originally released in 2009, and for this first game, I'm joined by my fellow Irrational Passion brothers in arms. First, we have Quin, the Mermaid Pusheen. Say hi, Quin.
Hello.
And Jurge, master of the hot takes.
2009, loving it. Uncharted 2, can't wait. It's going to be the best game of all time. So let everybody know, Kazurai, he gave me the scoop. Really excited.
You heard it here first, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I tried really hard not to clap my mic.
I'm glad you didn't, dude.
And, of course, the grand poobah and ruler of Irrational Passions, Mr. Alex himself.
Batman. Batman.
Can y'all guess how old I was in 2009?
I really don't want to know. I really don't. Well, I guess you were what? You were 10.
I was 11.
Okay. That makes me feel at least a little better.
At least you were double digits. At least you were double digits. Batman Arkham Asylum came out way back in the year 2009. We are currently in 2018, so that was a staggering 9 years ago. Jesus. So what exactly was out and what were we playing besides Batman in 2009? Well, we had Modern Warfare 2, the Call of Duty series. That came out in 2009. Uncharted 2, Jurge, like Jurge said.
I got you. I've ruined you now.
I did. I'm so self-conscious and I feel so bad now.
Good. That was my plan. So I feel like I've really set us up for success for this episode.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I've been saying it wrong. I just say it phonetically.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 came out, which still is a huge co-op shooter. Dragon Age of BioWare fame when the BioWare was still good. Assassin's Creed 2 brought Ezio and the Italian Renaissance to the Assassin's series. Halo 3 ODST showed that Halo can have good spin-off games. Resident Evil 5. Oh, it is. I agree. Resident Evil 5 came out. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Alex just recently finished playing through a co-op run of Resident Evil 5.
The game's great.
That's a video game for sure.
All right, man.
I enjoy Resident Evil 5.
Bad
myself.
final act. I will reiterate.
Oh, yeah. What? You don't like punching boulders?
The boulder part, I'm into. The zombies with guns and poor third-person shooting mechanics with cover is bad. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I remember all the controversy with Resident Evil 5 and the 2 white people shooting black people. And
well, one of them is African, but
it's true. But in the early trailer, she looked fairly pale.
Yeah,
in the first trailer, it was just Chris. It was just Chris,
it's
just
not
out
a
here.
Good look. Still
questionable.
Yeah.
We also had the incredibly underrated Brutal Legend come out. Infamous came out. Borderlands started a series, and we're third game maybe sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Bayonetta busted
Bayonetta
onto
came
the
out
scene.
in 2009?
Yeah, Bayonetta came out in 2009.
Shit.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Nobishin heard his call somewhere.
Yeah, dude, Nobishin somewhere is like...
That was a post
He's like,
Spider-Man
George, what the
3
fuck
font.
are you doing not playing Bayonetta right now?
What was it? It's the Bayonetta bell.
Yeah.
And Demon's Souls came out and created a genre of video game all by itself.
Yeah.
Yawn.
Demon's Souls, amazing.
Shout out to Atlas.
Shout out to Atlas for publishing that, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Sony published it
in Japan.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was actually imported so much to the States when it came out in the UK that they actually decided to bring it out over here. Little game pack.
Yep.
2009, love it.
I
love my fat PS3. I hope they'll never make it smaller.
That's right.
That was actually the year they announced the new model of the PS3.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
along with the PSP Go was announced and released.
Fuck.
Oh man, love it. I can't wait to take all my UMDs and port them digitally. It's gonna be great.
And then we find out that service is only in Japan.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
We talked about that on an episode of Irrational Passions in Aught
Yeah.
10.
I got a PSP Go when it was on sale for like $40 at Target. Brand new.
I got a PSP at launch, and all I did was watch Spider-Man 2 on it
Nice.
and play
That's
Ape
pathetic.
Escape. Hey,
Video game you
Quin-
can't play on a PSP Go. Kingdom Hearts: Birth by Sleep.
True. Never
True.
sold digitally on the.
You
Nope.
can't
PSP
legally play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott,
To be clear.
my man.
To be clear,
All right.
Minecraft was first released to the public
Whoa.
as a part of a developmental release on TIG Source forums.
The first like real
Yeah.
early access game.
Yeah, first real
Yeah.
Minecraft in 2009, May 17th of 2009 to
Damn.
be specific. Square
Damn, that's wild.
acquired Eidos, excuse me, and Slender Man was created.
Square basically saved themselves in 2009.
Yes.
Like we did
Yeah,
not
that
know
was
it
a
yet.
time for Square.
Yeah, but they like by acquiring Eidos, they saved themselves from
What a
future
time. What a time.
issues.
Now they're fine, actually. It's weird.
they're doing
Like,
great,
They turned it
actually.
around.
But man,
Big shocker.
2009.
What a
Lots
year!
of things happen. Like when you look back and like get a list of things, it's like holy
Uh-huh.
crap.
This is a
Nice.
Rock
good-
Band 2, really excited about that.
Wait,
Fable
really?
2, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know about
I
Fable
don't know
2.
if Fable was. I think that was.
That might have been the year before, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was earlier.
Man, 2009 was actually all right.
Yeah, it had some like big heavy hitting titles.
Club bangers. Yeah, I mean
Dark
Uncharted
Knight,
2.
the best movie of all time at this current moment. Love that. That movie was great. Man, what a
Man,
great movie.
What a year for Batman then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was a good one. And so many people thought, and we get back to the game at hand, Batman Arkham Asylum, the game that many people were hesitant about because it was a licensed property and a superhero game, which up to that point usually spelled disaster and utter shit in terms of video games. But could Batman Arkham Asylum redeem the genre itself? So let's start right at the beginning. We'll be playing up through, or we played up through meeting the big roid user Bane
From South America.
from right, who's actually incredibly intelligent, but that goes into the comic stuff, so we'll leave that for another thing.
We'll leave that for the Arkham City book club where George just talks shit about it the whole time.
And I would protest. We got to play the Arkham City Armored Edition for the Wii U.
Fuck
which
yeah,
is
dude, let's go.
No.
Give me a reason to bust that thing out.
the definitive way.
George, just
You
throw up that picture, Scott, if you're editing this right now. Future Scott, throw up that picture of George's fucking dusty ass Wii U.
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Wii U. Oh, hell yeah.
Man, y'all remember when Reggie got up on stage and they had Harley Quinn just talk for like 5 minutes
Dude,
during that
yeah.
Wii U E3 conference?
Oh my god, that's so goddamn
That's why we
fucking
don't do
cringy.
press conferences in
Back when
Nintendo
we
Land.
thought the Wii U was going to get third-party support.
Man.
Rest in peace.
Did we ever believe
Arkham City
that?
Origins, it's coming. Excited about it.
Ugh.
That game fucking sucks.
Arkham City? Arkham Origins?
Arkham Origins, sorry.
Arkham Origins is a great video game.
I
never
would beg
played
to
it.
differ.
You're wrong, so I mean we figured it. Look, we did it.
Hey, wow, we found out the root of all my problems. I'm just wrong.
It's Arkham Origins.
Good work.
Admitting it is the first step to recovery, Quinn.
Exactly.
Thank you.
But we're not here to talk about that game.
We are here to
Oh.
talk about what started the whole Arkham series, Arkham Asylum. So let's get started right with how the game begins with the Batman, voiced by, of course, Kevin Conroy, and taking the Joker, voiced by the legendary Mark Hamill, back to Arkham. What do you guys think of the intro?
Before, because the intro is incredible. Before we even get to that, did any of you play the demo for Arkham Asylum?
No.
Yeah.
The demo, they put out a demo, I think, 2 weeks before it came out. And this is like, so IP started in 2010. So it's like before I was like getting into the video games and like actually paying attention to them. And it was a weird thing of like, I kind of heard about, like I heard rumblings from the Bombcast about Asylum after E3 2009. And then my friend, like my best friend, called me. He's like, dude, have you checked out this demo for this game called Arkham Asylum? Batman Arkham Asylum on Xbox Live. There's a free demo out. And I played it. It is through the first Predator section.
Okay.
So, like, not like when it teaches you how to do stealth takedowns, but like that first section, like before you scan the dead dude's body, the dead guard's body. And I was like, what the fuck is this game? This is amazing. Because, like, obviously it came out of literally nowhere. Like, Rocksteady had made one game before this, Urban Chaos.
It was
Urban Chaos.
Response. Like, I think Jarrett Green is the only human I know that's played that game. And he's like, it's fine. So, yeah, I played the demo and I was like, holy shit! Like, it became a day one buy, and I still didn't even know the extent. That's like pre-introducing all the Metroidvania levels of mechanics. Like even our checkpoints, we haven't even gotten there yet, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that demo is also great. But yeah, can we talk about this fucking opening because it's incredible?
It's so good. Yeah, man.
Holy crap!
It was such a good setup, like taking and like slowly walking. It was just dialogue and kind of the banter back and forth between Hamill or the Joker and Batman, and being able to like really kind of see Arkham for the first time. I mean, we'd seen it in the cartoons and things like that, but fully realized,
like explorable. Like this feels like a place, right? I assume, I don't know your relationship with Quin, but I assume the rest of us had all watched the animated series as well.
Okay. So, being the youngin' that I am,
yes,
I remember watching the animated series. My dad would basically burn them to CDs, and me and my brother would just go out to the garage.
Of shady shit, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that.
God bless you, Dad. I know you're in the other room. But no, he would just burn the CDs, and me and my brother would go out to the garage. We would build Legos and just watch like TMNT, the Batman animated series, and like Teen Titans.
TMNT 2000, like the...
No, like the OG.
The 4Kids one?
Wow.
Yeah.
That 2000 is good too, I'll say. Shout out.
It was like all the original stuff.
Cool.
But then, like, God, Arkham Asylum just like sticks out in my mind so much.
Because it's like you're being fucking flavor blasted by all this Batman animated series level references.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all the actors are back. Harley's back, Joker's back, Batman's back, Gordon's back. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it just recently. I didn't play it when y'all were playing it in 2009. I didn't play it till like 2012, 2013.
That's when I played it too, Quinn. I played it 2012.
Okay.
What?
Because I remember I moved back from Tennessee because my dad's military. And it was just right after then, and it was like 2012, 2013-ish. And it was just like, fuck, that game blew my mind. Ugh.
It still blows my mind, honestly.
So we should probably set the context that all of y'all are playing the remastered version?
Yes.
Yes.
By
I'm
Virtuos?
playing
I'm playing the original version.
Okay.
So for me, it's... So, Quinn, I'm sorry. Did you have more to say? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Okay. So for me, coming back to this game is especially strange because I'm not playing the remaster. I'm playing just the original game, quote unquote. This game was patched in 2011 to remove almost all IDOS, like any iconography or anything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. In fact, the only thing left is at the bottom of the menu screen is like, this is the IDOS message board. You're playing. Thank you for buying Arkham Asylum. So it's strange that it feels like I am playing this game like the way I remember it, and also like I feel like I'm getting a context for where games were at the time. And I think like I was playing this with Donna Jo, my partner, behind like she was on the couch, and I was like, man, like there is clipping here. It is 720p. All the edges are rough, but the stuff that looks good looks so fucking good. That cape is insane.
Dude, Batman looks so good.
He runs kind of funny though. Like
Yes.
if you look at him,
He runs like a
his
loser.
Run cycle's a little wonky.
Yeah, dude, it's full on like arms up, and you're like, all right, nerd, fucking chill.
But
He
yeah,
runs
like
like
the
a
cape
goddamn
and
loser.
everything, and the aesthetic style they went with just for Batman and his outfit and his armor and everything. It does look very, very good. All the characters I think were really represented well in this. First of which we see in the intro is Killer Croc.
Yeah, dude.
Seeing him, like, he's huge and menacing. It's like, holy crap.
Cause like, I mean, so like for me, I'd watched the animated series like in the late '90s, like when I was very young. I loved it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't. There weren't a lot of specific things that really stuck with me. There were a few episodes here and there that I do remember well. But it was like the voices and like the character, like not like what they looked like and stuff, but like their actual characteristics and the personality types. Like those were the things that stuck with me, and I think this does a really great job of channeling those. But like seeing Batman, seeing Joker, and like Croc and Gordon, like they nailed those kinds of characters. Like the first moment where it felt like a natural like evolution of the animated series for me was in the intro when you're going down the elevator and it turns off and the lights come back on and Batman's just holding the Joker's throat.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
good.
good. And he's pissed, dude. He's just so pissed. And it's like, fuck yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
He's like not having it tonight.
Nope.
Like, you hear all the guards, it's like, get lights on him, and it's like this scramble, and then the lights flicker back on, and you just see Batman with, like, the Joker's...
And it's that
throat in
weird
his
camera
hand.
angle too.
Yeah, dude. It's like good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And also, I feel like you also get that, like, this is an extension of the animated series when you find, because you find one of the first, like, audio logs, quote unquote, early, and it's of Harley Quinn. And, like, doing, like, research, like, okay, like, how did this game get made? One, it has the main writer from the animated series on board. Like, he wrote
is it
this
Bruce Timm
story.
or
But also like that little bit where where it's like Harley Quinn is starting to work at Arkham is lifted straight up out of the animated series,
Harley
like
and Quinn's
straight
out.
up.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
much.
Harley Quinn didn't exist until the
animated
series. Yeah.
You know, and like you were saying with the writer being brought on for this game, and that they brought all the voice cast back was such. It was like you guys were saying, it was such a natural progression that I feel like if I was the voice director working on that game, all I would have to say is like, okay, Kevin Conroy, just be Batman. You know,
Big
you know
K.
how to be Batman.
Just be Batman. You do this.
Mark Hamill, Joker. I mean, you guys know what to do. So like, because they had been, gosh, how long had they probably been in those roles at that point? Probably 15, 20 years.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
feel like there was a bit of a lull before. I don't know for sure.
There's
Before
like Batman
Asylum.
Beyond, but
Yeah,
Batman
like-
Beyond is good.
Batman
and then
Beyond's
you had
great.
all the Justice League stuff with Conroy was
Yeah.
in.
That was like up until I guess 2007 or so. Again, I have no idea. Video game facts, I got you. TV
Yeah.
shows,
and also
no
to like, there's also something again from playing this original version and being like, okay, we are in this next generation of consoles. It is extremely apparent that these games are more expensive to make, that they require more people. I think this game was made with a team of less than 100 people, from what I read.
Oh, for sure.
But it just feels, it kind of like, it is strange that we're playing this like right when Spider-Man's coming out, because I look at this game and I'm like, man, Batman fans are like spoiled right now. In 2009, look at how much talent and money and resources, like everything is aligning to like, that's Killer Croc. He's just there in like HD glory, and this whole game and world is fully realized. And like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
Paul
it's
Dini is the head
Grungy,
writer.
and it's kind of broken down and dirty, and it's like just gritty, and it's
At the time, I think the aesthetic worked, but now it kind of doesn't work for me. But
Really?
at the time,
I think it looks so good still.
Yeah.
Harley's costume is questionable.
Harley's
It's
costume is
extremely
but
questionable.
it's fucking great. Because I can see why, like, making this game, you'd be so excited about that. because it is a believable outfit for her, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
The old one wouldn't work here. It just wouldn't work.
yeah.
No.
Um,
So we finally go through and we're still walking Joker down to his cell since Batman captured him. We've gone down, but of course, Joker breaks free, and like
Big shocker there.
shocking as it is.
Before we go off, like a couple of things from, I know we can't spend the whole episode on the goddamn intro, but a couple of characters are introduced right at the beginning that are brand new. I don't know if Cash is unique to the Arkham series. I know Quincy Sharp is.
Yep.
Quincy
Right,
Sharp,
yep.
very cool character too. I think like he fits so well in Batman mythos. He feels like a Batman character that would have just been a Batman character before, but he's a wholly original character for the Arkham series.
Oh yeah.
I think his voice acting is a little questionable, but
It's that one guy.
He's also
like,
in-
that
Yeah.
one guy.
you know exactly
Who
what I'm
does
talking
that
about.
his one voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that one fucking voice, right?
That's Walden Shop to you.
I'm going to interject real quick, Alex, because you're talking about Aaron Cash.
Yeah.
His first appearance, Arkham Asylum, Living Hell, issue number 1, July 2003. Yeah.
Okay. So he is an Arkham Asylum character that has existed.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
In that comic series.
And it's cool because like that's kind of a deep cut though. Like
They did a lot. I feel like they did a lot of those with
Yeah.
the Easter eggs and stuff in this game.
True.
Just nods to old comics and things like that.
Because
we'll-
there's like the whole backstory of the Spirit of Arkham, like
Yes.
Yeah.
of Amadeus
Amadeus
Arkham.
Arkham,
Yeah, and Amadeus Arkham is, I believe, a character from existing Batman lore.
Yeah,
But like
he's in the
whole-
comics of Arkham Asylum. That this is loosely based
Yeah,
on.
but like the whole like, where that goes in this game.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily want to spoil it, but all that is new, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, because the thing is like that intro is so Batman and it feels so Batman, but they are also adding their own stuff to it.
Mhm.
Obviously, all the character designs and Quincy Sharp and what the asylum looks like and its layout and all that is all unique to this, and I think it's all just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the intro is very good.
No, the intro, and then it like just explodes into it. I mean, you have the Joker escaping from his captivity, and then escaping, of course,
Yeah, dude.
and then letting loose everyone, and then Batman has to go and do Batman stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when we get into the game proper. So the Joker escapes through like these giant blast doors, and he sends his goons, who are the prison inmates after Batman. And
Also,
then
like
starts-
the setup of like, Blackgate, there was a fire,
Yeah.
so that we moved all the Blackgate like
Right.
normal ass prisoners to Arkham Asylum. It's like, oh yeah, that's fucking a good idea.
yeah.
Seriously.
I feel like Batman definitely could have like, yeah, I don't
Should've
think
said
that's a good
something.
idea.
Like, hey Gordon, quick email, bad idea, right?
Yeah.
Can we put Joker somewhere else where he's not with everyone that we just like moved over from Blackgate? Just
Can we just jump universes and put him in the raft?
especially after,
Put him in this island prison. Come on.
I mean, in the beginning, Batman even mentions how easy it was to capture Joker this
Yeah.
time, that it was fishy. So, but then we get into the gameplay, and we have to Gordon gets kidnapped, so we have to. No, we go after who is the guard that kind of
Aaron Cat? No, fucking what's his name?
Fuck. We
With
just
the-
played this game.
with the eyes, with the missing eye.
Yeah. Man, he doesn't matter at all, though. To be fair.
No.
We'll call him Eye Patch. Well, the guard basically is in on helping the Joker break out, and he likes his bourbon. So you have to use your magical detecto vision, which is
Magical
special to
detective
Arkham.
vision.
I like
Hell yeah.
Detective Vision.
Detecto
Yeah.
vision.
He's
and
X-ray
at the
glasses.
time, this was like the first time we saw something like this.
Yes.
And,
Oh,
like,
it was very novel for the time. Like it made sense because Batman's the greatest detective, and he has these gadgets and things. So you
Even
have
a-
to.
even above like the combat, Detective Vision is like the most influential thing Arkham
Right.
City
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Arkham Asylum put out into video games.
shout out to Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Oh, by
Like,
far, like it started that mechanic that was then adopted by tons of
literally every video game.
every other like third-person action exploration game.
Like
ever.
The Witcher 3 uses detective vision.
It's called the Witcher
It's-
Sense, I'll have you know.
It's called
Sir?
Detecto Vision.
Detecto vision. X-ray
Like
glasses.
I said, Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Tomb
Tomb
Raider,
Raider
yeah.
uses it.
But stick around for the detective vision for a little bit longer. So there is something. There's the way they do it, because there's the detective
Eddie
vision,
Burlow.
and
Eddie
then there's
Burlow,
like
yes.
there's like the alcohol. Like he can see the alcohol.
Yeah.
And I think
Detects
it is playing this game. I think I found my thesis to like why I love this game so much,
Mhm.
and it is that there is so much possibility, and everything feels so grander than what is there, because the game flips through multiple visions before
Yeah.
you land on that
Mhm.
alcohol vision. So it lets you know, yo, Batman is fucking armed to the teeth. And we've thought for like all the vision. It just gives you the possibility
Yeah.
that things can like Batman has an arsenal here,
Mhm.
and they keep
Oh, definitely.
even with the Blackgate stuff, like we are in this like just Arkham Asylum. But it feels like there is a whole thing around you.
Yeah, there's, like,
it is like
world building.
2018. I am cynical. I understand video games are just a closed box, and what is in the box, it is what's in the box. But there are moments throughout where you're just like, oh wait, no. There is like, this is a world. This is a piece of this world, and we have like thought it so through.
And
Yeah,
like,
so-
go ahead,
to
Scott.
that same point, it reminded me a lot of like when you walk into Arkham, the intro to Arkham, you walk into a building, you see like a single building.
Mhm.
And then a lot of the beginning, maybe hour or so, maybe hour and a half, is you're going through a single building and things like that. But then you exit the building you were in, and then it opens up into the courtyard.
Yeah, dude. They have
And you
that
see
Fallout
a
3
bunch of the
moment.
different buildings. That's like, holy crap! There's a lot more to this asylum than I was expecting.
Yeah.
It gave me that same sort of vibe I got with like Skyrim or Fallout or
yeah.
games like those, where you're in a very contained space, and then suddenly it opens up and you realize just how big the game is. I got that
Yeah.
feeling.
It was very much
Wonder.
yeah,
like,
like walking out of
whoa.
the vault for the first time in Fallout 3.
Oh yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
walk up onto that cliff, you see
Mhm.
the horizon line. It's like, whoa. Especially like in this game, because you walk out, you see like the mansion, which is like the main residential part of the
Yeah.
asylum. And then you fucking see the Gotham City skyline.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
And it's
Again.
fucking choice.
Yes. Again, to
Oh.
that, like, this is just a place. There is shit everywhere here.
Yep.
It's
Oh, it's so
The
good.
Wayne Tower in the background. You're like,
Mhm.
this is fucking Batman. Like they got Batman, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they did Batman.
Holy shit! This is like a good Batman game.
Yeah, it was like they captured like the Batman world without even being in Gotham. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
And the backdrop and like how giant the moon is in the background, just for kind of the ambiance and everything
Yeah.
of the thing. But seeing all like the different buildings and slight nods and all that, it was just it was one of those moments where like I'll always remember having my mind kind of blown that it wasn't Arkham Asylum wasn't going to be just that one building. It was like
Yeah.
it was almost like a small island,
Mm-hmm.
which it is.
yes.
Yeah.
But being able to play and kind of explore all those areas really,
Yeah. And maybe
really
we're getting a little
impressed
bit
me for the time.
and maybe we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, because that's like a little bit afterwards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
but, like that
Yeah,
passes
we
after
have
the first Predator scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
The-
first
what-
Predator scene is so
Bourbon.
good.
The bourbon
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah. There's that combat scene. You do the bourbon vision, and
You follow puff or alcohol traces in the air till you get to another point, and then, like you guys were mentioning, talk about the Predator and kind of the takedown stuff that they go into.
I like
Oh,
how they
it's so good.
introduce it too with like the Zaz scene where it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, you know, Asylum more so than like the other Arkham games is way more like video game tutorial-y, but it also it works for this game because it is at such a smaller scale of like, you know, you got to sneak up on this enemy and not let him see you. You do the gargoyles, you get around the back of Zaz, and you do the silent takedown. It's like it all kind of fits like it is a good contextual tutorial for how
Yeah.
they're introducing
Yeah.
that to you. I think it's like it's pretty clean, clear cut, and it like all happens in the span of like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that it's not, you don't have Oracle or Alfred contacting you, be like, hit this button to use your grappling hook and
Yeah.
go up to the gargoyle. It's just Batman kind of thinking to himself, I have to get behind Zaz. If I use those gargoyles look like they can support my weight, I can maybe get around that way.
I've got to get close enough to Zaz to strike. He'll see me coming on the ground, so I'll stay up high. These old gargoyles should be able to support my weight if I grapple up to them.
And yeah, there's a little button prompt that comes up as like use RB or whatever control you're using to grapple up to the gargoyle. But the fact that it's a tutorial, but it's a meaningful tutorial that there's a reason for doing it, and it approaches it more than just do this to do this.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like literally a mechanic you use through the entire game.
And it's also like letting the player know immediately, like, oh, you are not just gonna walk into a room and beat everyone up. You're Batman. You are a detective. You are stealth. You're a stealthy motherfucker.
Right.
Get over there,
Yep.
assess the situation, mess with them. And at the time, it was so mind blowing, even though it's like the most like banal thing. But at the time, like, because there's that thing that says like what their heartbeat is. So like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
when you're messing with them, you feel like you're fucking messing with them.
dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And I know we did like that opening scene, like the first like actual gameplay scene is like the combat. We kind of breezed past the combat. Batman combat's good. I feel like everyone's never talked about it forever. Batman
Yeah.
I mean, I have some qualms with it, but we can get into
You're
that later.
fucking
We can
nerd,
get into
George.
that with like the final episode where we kind of sum up like more mechanics.
Yeah,
and
like
things like
critique
that.
Yeah.
it a little bit more.
More critique and everything.
Yeah. But
but
Batman
yeah.
combat's good.
I will say the Zaz encounter is so fantastic. Just because it's like it's the thought of like, oh shit, things are actually going bad everywhere.
Yeah,
You
like
know what
the
I mean?
inmates are running the asylum.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's the fear, which is just scary. You know what I mean?
And it's
But also,
another
it's
one of
weird
those-
how like the weirdest thing. The only thing that I have like a problem with that is like you just knock Zaz out like immediately. Like he's the
You just
tutorial
leave him.
guy. He's like the Raditz of this fucking
yeah,
shit. You
he's
just
totally
knock him
the
out.
Raditz of this game.
Yeah.
Hey,
it is
he
like
still killed, or that's the whole thing. Still killed Goku. So
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
still kill. Fucking the doctor died in his hands anyway. But like, also another great deep cut. Like Victor Zaz is such a good
Yeah,
deep
totally.
cut.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's funny. He's in the Dark Knight, right?
Yes.
He's either in the Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. He's in one of the two.
I'm gonna Google it.
Or Batman.
It's been a
Begins.
minute.
He's in one of those movies as just some bald dude.
Yeah.
But they call him, oh, yeah, Zaz. And it's like, all right. Like, that's such a, I love the Dark Knight movies, but it's like a poor way to do like a cool deep cut Easter egg. Like, this game, like, does him right, and he's like talking about his fucking cuts on his body. He's like, I'm saving one for you, Batman. And it's like, whatever, you nerd. Take him out.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. Okay.
Okay.
Third time's a charm.
Early wins.
Batman
Yeah.
Begins. Good movie.
That's all right.
I like it.
I haven't watched those movies in so long.
I'm trying to think. I think after that is where
After that, we have to find Gordon because Gordon gets kidnapped.
it throws you in the hallway with like those three dudes with guns, right?
Yeah, and then it teaches you like
Batman
guns
can't do
with killing.
guns.
Yeah, Batman can't do guns.
Take out guards with or guards with guns with
The silent takedown, yeah.
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 And I like how your detecto vision highlights all the guys with guns in like bright red, so you
But-
always know where they are.
I forgot where he was like, I'm switching my vision over so it highlights enemies with guns because like it doesn't at the beginning.
No,
And I'm just so like desensitized to that, where it's like the guns are red, but the
it
dudes
was
are blue.
in the I think it was in the big wide open area, like the giant square area. Oh, who was it you had to rescue? I think it was that the girl doctor.
Mhm.
And you had to like blow in the two.
Yeah, that's when you rescue Dr. Young. A little bit
Yeah.
later.
I think that might have been the area.
That was like way after though. I think.
That's way later,
No,
yeah.
oh,
That's way later.
That's
it
like
was a
way
big room,
later.
and then there were some like 3 guards that came in as like backup. I think
Yeah.
it was. And
yes.
that's
yes.
when
Yep. That's what it was.
like they have
That's processing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You clear out a room of regular guys, and then you get backup at some point, and then the guys with the guns show up, and
Yes.
it's like, yeah, you guys, you can't just come up at these guys.
Yeah, and they're all like, I like how they're all like positioned like evenly spaced from one another so that you can take them down one by one.
Yeah.
Very video gamey, but like it works.
Yeah, it is very video gamey.
And it tells you like you can do a silent takedown and it won't alert other guards even if they're close by. It's again like contextually tutorializing you in a good way.
Right. One thing I thought, and kind of George touched on this earlier, how your detective vision can see like heart rate and kind of the mood of guys. I thought it was a really neat touch where if you spook guys with guns, they'll just start blindly firing into the rafters where they think
that's
you
so
might
good.
be.
Yeah.
And they're like
So
going
good.
like they're terrified.
Yeah.
It was such a cool. It was such a cool feature they added that really helped. Because Batman terrifies the people he goes after. Like using fear is one of his main weapons too. So incorporating that kind of terrifying and noticing when an enemy is scared of you, or I thought that was a very, very nice touch.
Yeah. Obviously, like the pressure gets like staked up when like they start wearing the collars and blah blah later on in the game, and they start like walking around back to back. It get fucking real scary. But yeah, that stuff is so cool. I think after that is when they do that first Predator section, which man, because I think the Predator section just as a mechanic, like video game mechanic, I just wasn't expecting it. I was kind of expecting the whole game, like when I first played through that demo, I was expecting the whole game to just be like the Batman combat, which would have been fine, honestly. Like, especially for the first entry in a series, like they could have gotten away with that for the whole game. But like the Predator sections and how they play out and what they are like incredible.
Oh, it's still done very, very well.
Yeah.
I think.
Especially when it's like all the different variations you can do.
And there are so many places, like I love opening up crates and kind of like slipping down or sneaking behind, and they added so many places for Batman to kind of hide in their stage and level design. It really added to that whole experience with the Predator modes, and even if you did want to just go in and start punching people, you could do that too. In a lot of sections, not all of them obviously, but and through the whole time, Joker, I love the Joker just coming over the PA system or on TVs, just ridiculing you and like messing with you. And like even that first, like there's that weird like first puzzly section where like the gas is filling in the room. This is when you're on the way to that first Predator section. The gas is full in the room and you have to kind of like stay higher up in the area. I forgot that they use that like 3 times in this game. But like where you have to like find a spot and like turn on the fans and open the vents and stuff like that. You know, like there's cool puzzly parts of the game. You have to throw your batarangs so it'll turn on the vents.
It's so
you
cool.
have to find the vent, like the little outlets, and the Metroidvania style of things where you'll be walking through and you'll see like a path that you can't access yet, like the security barriers, like the electric security barriers that you can't access until later on and things like that. It's replaying it, I'm realizing that there's more kind of that Metroidvania style of gameplay to it than I initially remember it happening.
It is
in kind of the backtracking and things along those lines.
Also appropriate that we're literally playing this game in the month of Metroidvanias, which is August 2018. Like,
it's true.
Let's talk about Chasm, Dead Cells, Guacamelee 2, and fucking Death's Gambit all together with Batman Arkham Asylum.
And it's also, I guess, worth noting that at this point, I think it's right before you get out of where you think, oh, you're just gonna be in this building, and then you see that whole skyline. You get the Riddler. The Riddler gets introduced.
Yeah.
And, like there's just the Riddler trophies, and again, it's so much like Batman shit. Like Alex said, you just get flavor blasted. Oh, here's the Riddler. Oh, here's this. Here's this, and it's just like, okay, cool. And the trophies, like they mention other. It's all pretty much like, here's this thing from Batman's past that if you can like connect it, you'll be able to solve the puzzle, and it's just so gosh darn cool.
Like the scanning things to solve riddles which are all
Yeah.
like basically ways for them to put Easter eggs to other Batman characters that aren't in this game.
Yep.
In this game, are so great. But the best part about it is like the character bios you get for scanning like those Easter egg things, just because you get that like hand drawn art of all the characters.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
All of those pieces of art are fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Shit, man.
I will say, adding on to George's note, I remember a lot of those early Riddler like riddles just from heart, like
Yes.
the Tweedledee and Tweedledum one,
Yep.
like the Jack Ryder, the Penguin, all that shit. Is like I just know that from heart.
Yes, they're so good too. Like the Catwoman one where it's like her gloves and her goggles and the case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Great White Shark one, just in the morgue.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck that game.
Oh, I forgot we did the first riddle Scarecrow scene. That shit's so good, y'all.
Right.
Oh my god.
God, it is. I think it's a little bit along. I don't know if we want to get
we're
to
a
it.
little we're a little far from that.
Yeah. So right now I believe we're in that we have to rescue the doctors, right? I think
Yeah,
that's what-
we're heading over to medical now.
Yeah, I'll say. So I do have a note. I took some notes. Winky face. My note is the scanning riddles where you have to scan the item references to other Batman villains is so excellent. It's a collectible so it's extra and totally optional, but it's a great little reward and a cool way for them to give fans a ton of Easter eggs to Batman mythos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's set dressing. It's totally superfluous, but it is just like doubling down on how much fucking Rocksteady loves Batman. Like every part of this game is like, one, Rocksteady gets Batman, which is like hard. Like fucking look at where Warner Brothers is today. Like as far as producing Batman movies, like they do not get Batman.
Ben Affleck has guns, y'all.
He's got guns, dude.
Kills people all the time.
To be fair, like Batman Arkham Knight's tank has guns too, but like
Yeah.
regardless, like this is like distilled like saline drip Batman.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pure unadulterated good ass Batman.
Pure uncut Batman.
And it's-
Like,
He's ripped, man.
He's cut his
It's
fuck
not
up.
just that they get Batman, but also like because there's Batman games before, but this Batman game has such a reverence and weight to everything. Like whenever they mention something that the player might recognize, like from the lore, it is there is a weight to it. It's not like just like, oh yeah, the Penguin or whatever. Like
It matters.
because licensed games tend to have like their others, like all the characters that they just it feels pedestrian because they feel like the player already knows that, but putting so much weight behind it, like, yo, yes, we know how cool this thing is. Let's really like let the player know we know about it, and yeah, we think it's as fucking cool as you do, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just like there's not a lot. There's restraint in this game. Like I feel like they could have gone fucking bonkers. They're doing Arkham Asylum, right? But we get like it's Joker, Bane, Croc, Ivy. Like it's 4 villains, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of Batman villains, especially with how many
No.
Batman villains deep cut and Scarecrow, I guess. How many deep cut Batman villains they reference? But they just took a handful that they could naturally incorporate throughout a story, and no Joker is obviously the main villain, but no one villain outshines another, right?
So there's the part we mentioned Bane, and there's like, who did it? The Bruja, and then there's that, and I think we're extremely ahead because it's literally the last
thing that we see.
The last thing. It's like Batman. What does that mean? There's like a long
I like
pause.
that Gordon never
It's
took high school Spanish.
for which.
It's
Bam, bam, bam.
It's so good, man.
so good.
Bane called Dr. Young Bruja. What does it mean?
It's Spanish for witch.
Because that's like animated series levels of cheese. Like they didn't get super cheesy. It's obviously not like 60s Batman cheese, but like it's good shit.
Yeah.
And I think something we forgot to mention, and like when it comes to like the core, like things you come across a lot in the game, and it was when I first played this game, I remember it being such a surprise, was that when you die, you get a little bit from Joker, or if it's a
villain.
boss, you get a bit from that boss. So again, we're kind of all over the place, but with the Bane, because we mentioned him, if you die from Bane, he
Fucking
does the
snaps
fucking
backwards.
backbreaker.
The bat is broken.
Yeah. dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
So horrible, but so good.
Yeah, that was. So we rescued the doctors. The doctors are placed, of course, in not the same spot, so Batman has to go around and rescue all of them. And we get
That's
to.
a yes. I guess that is the next. We already talked about like you walk out onto the asylum for the first time. I do like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
also like
Oh, the Batmobile.
Oh,
Remember
right,
that?
yes.
Batmobile,
We didn't
yeah.
even touch on the Batmobile making its grand appearance, being beaten up to all hell
Yeah.
by. That reminded
Beaten up,
me.
even though there's like no dings on it.
Yeah.
no, it's actually pretty messed up. Like the glass is broken.
But it's the Batmobile, so it's probably fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And then
well,
we
we
get our
know it's
first
fine
upgrade.
because
Yeah, right.
later. But so Batman's that's when you get your first like gadget. You get your explosive gel
Mhm.
So good.
from the
good, dude.
trunk.
Right. And if we can focus on the Batmobile for a second,
Yeah.
because again, going back to like, okay, what was the design for this game? They wanted the Batmobile in this game, but obviously it's not going to work.
Mhm.
But again to the point that Rocksteady is so committed to being like, this is not just an isolated fucking island.
Yeah.
There is the Batmobile. It is over there. You can't drive it, but it has an integral moment in here. So
Yep.
it feels like it is. It feels like, oh, I can't drive the Batmobile because it's busted up. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. The Batmobile is totally a thing present in
And
this
also, like,
island.
that opening
it's on your
cutscene-
map too.
Yeah, the opening cutscene where you're riding in an asylum with the Joker in the passenger seat, like he's like all fucked up for whatever reason. Yeah.
I like that it didn't feel like it was just them saying, "Oh, see, we got the Batmobile. How about
Yeah.
that? We got the Batmobile."
It doesn't feel like a purposeful or purposeless reference, right?
right.
Right.
Which I think is important because I think a lot of licensed games, especially, do that where they just will throw things in just to say, "Hey, look, we got that.
this trip.
We put
We
that
have the
in there."
shiny thing, y'all.
I'll say like
Like
the
that kind of thing.
the one thing I do is I'm not like fucking hyped for Spider-Man really at all.
me either.
Apologies.
Shame.
But like that game seems to treat its references and all that in the same way, and like it's doing it well as Asylum did, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like folks, 9 years later, I guess, but folks have figured out licensed games that can be reverent and referential, but like have a balance, you know. So
I think the most important thing licensed games can do is not be tied to a movie or like a specific timed release movie or media thing, and it has to be
the
made
Iron
by
Man
people
game, though.
that really like the property, that are like passionate about it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Secret Level and Sega on that Iron Man game.
Jesus Christ.
So we get the first gadget, which is the explosive gel.
We need to use that so we can bust into the medical area to rescue some doctors.
Yeah, we talked about it before we started recording, but like I wrote a note here that my note word for word is when you first catch up to Harley and Gordon and she doesn't let you through and it's just got like the digital barrier up. I said it's such a good Batman and video game moment. And it's for me it's one of the first big moments. There are a lot obviously, but it's one of the first big moments where Batman video game are in perfect harmony because it's like this very video game. Oh, you can't come here yet. But then, like, you're also Batman, and you just figure out a way to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, scram, bats! This is my me time.
Where's Gordon?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm over here.
Shut up!
Ah, you crazy bitch. Harley!
Ah!
What's he doing here? It's too early.
I'm sorry, Puddin'. Don't be angry with me. Mwah!
Go, you little minx. I can never stay mad at you.
Sorry, B-Man. You'll have to find another way. Bye-bye now.
This way's blocked. Better search outside for another way in.
you just you find another way around because you're the world's greatest detective. Like it fucking works, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's another like moment to give to Harley, like to like let that character be that character.
It's just so good, dude. Harley's so good in this game.
Now, so when we use the explosive gel, is that to go to the doctors, or is that when we're hot on Gordon's tail and we're about to break in to the Scarecrow part?
It's
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
Because that building is where you go and you do that Predator section, and they're like, they took like 3 doctors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know where Gordon is, man.
The elevator's broken.
Yeah, and then you rescue the 3 doctors, and then the elevator comes back up, and you go down to the Scarecrow section.
It's like, I'm Batman. I have to save the doctors.
I don't know when in here you connect with Oracle, but somewhere along the road, Alfred's like, yo, fucking Barbara's here. So you got it, buddy. I'm going to go sleep now.
Yeah, for real.
All right, take a night off, Alfred. You're good. And Oracle's like, what the fuck's going on, dude?
Oh my god.
Where's my dad?
Where's my dad? But like,
well, you first talk to Oracle when Joker first breaks out, like right in the beginning.
Yeah, you
yes. Yeah, true. It's when you're walking through that first building. But again, it's like, I love Oracle. Like, Oracle's great. It's not Batwoman or Batgirl. It's Oracle, right? Like, this is post-Killing Joke. Like, it tells the player a lot about the state of the world and how deep into Batman we are.
Yep.
And it also tells us like,
use Oracle for, like you were saying, for the fans of the series that know Batman and know the mythos. That just the fact that she is Oracle. Is huge. And then Joker makes reference to him needing a new sidekick.
yes.
So we figure that Robin's already been,
Right. Yep.
yeah.
Or a Robin has.
Yeah, like it is a direct reference to Jason Todd, which like plays back into the Arkham games, which is so cool. Like, it's
They're little quips and that you don't think of like right then, but like when you really like, if you know Batman, you'll get it and realize a lot more. It'll be like, dude.
Yeah, I remember because like I replayed all the Batman games when I did that the Arkham Knight spoiler cast with Greg Miller, and we talked about the same thing of like, yeah, dude, they fucking referenced Jason Todd in Batman Arkham Asylum. It's like, fuck.
You're right, they did.
Yeah, and it's just because I think you can read that 2 ways. You can read that as like maybe Batgirl recently became Oracle, or maybe it's Jason Todd. I like that they kind of play it both ways. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't know who Oracle was, right? When I played this game for the first time, because like, as far as I remember, Oracle is not a character in the animated series.
No,
it's Batgirl.
Yeah,
no, I
it's a
don't think
comic
they ever
thing.
did or touched anything Killing Joke-esque in the animated series.
Yeah, because in the big Batman Beyond movie, Batgirl.
Yeah, she's had a
Return of Joker.
Yeah, when Joker dies in that mythos, like Batgirl's still alive, so or still a thing.
walking.
Yeah, because she's the one that rescues Robin. It's dude. I don't know. It's just that's so cool. It's such a great little thing.
Such good little nods.
Yeah.
So we go in, we break. So you get up to 3 rooms where like they kind of like try and mess around like 3 types of like, because one of them was the one we alluded to before, where we have to find the doctor, like the lead doctor. I forget her name.
Dr. Young.
Penelope Young.
Bruja.
And so you go, so you have to like she's surrounded with guys with guns, so you have to strategically use your explosive gel on certain walls. So
Strategically.
Okay, it's pretty obvious. It's a video game. You gotta put one here and there, and so you can kill them all at once. And then I forget what's the other one. There's like one of them is like Batman is a trap.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's clearly a trap, guy. I know. I was like, I tried to tell you.
I wrote the quote from that. He said, "But it's a trap," and Batman says, "I know, but not for me." And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah,
so
Batman.
good.
It's like, yes.
Yeah, and then the dudes like jump down from the
From the like
overhead
upper area.
The guards,
It's
the
like,
guards.
we're gonna beat up Batman. It's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
And with that, The soundtrack for this game is fantastic. Also,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
the hit sound effects! Like when you hit people, it is still one of like the top games I think I've ever played in terms of like.
I actually hate the
combat
hit sound
style.
effects.
Really?
But that's fair.
It's a good fucking crunch.
Dude, it's a good crunch, especially like the last punch in every combat section.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
some Tekken 7 shit before
It
Tekken
just
7.
slows down, yeah.
Yeah.
Cinematic finishers.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Sound design across the board,
Oh yeah.
phenomenal. Extra phenomenal during certain sections of the game that involve Mr. Scarecrow.
Yes, and
for sure.
once we've rescued the doctors, and now we can continue to use our tobacco detective vision to pick
What?
up
Tobacco.
Gordon.
To go
And, like,
down
Bat-
to the morgue, like
But before that, Batman has a weird like exchange with the doctor where he like commands her to go do a thing, and she's like, "Oh fuck no, you didn't tell me what to do." That's all I gotta say. That was a weird thing that happened.
Research is down there.
that's Dr.
You're
Young
like, "I
too,
don't
and
care."
you're like, I don't know how I feel about this lady. And Batman's like, dude, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
So yes, we go down after that. Then we go.
So I will say, so when you get to this is a very little thing. I think George will appreciate this because I took a note of it, pretty much just for you. When you get to that area for the first time, and Aaron Cash is there, or you rescue Cash from the second gas room. That's one of the third challenge, which was cool because you're like turning on fans at different levels, and you're like lowering the gas in the room, and then you fucking knock the guy down through the ceiling of that one room. And
So bad.
it's so good though. Aaron Cash is like, I'm gonna fucking kill Joker. He says something like that, and Joker says, "Lighten up, Holmes."
You'll be laughing out of your butt when I get out of here.
Lighten up, Holmes.
And I'm like, oh shit, Joker's fucking racist white dude.
I missed that part. I missed that.
I wrote a note on that because it's like he's
That
like,
was a
come
good
on,
line.
lighten up, Holmes, and it's like, okay, like, man, Joker, they fucking nailed Joker being both terrible and great. Like, it is like
He's hip.
Kind of problematic.
He's problematic as fuck.
So, and now so is it? Are we going right into the Scarecrow part after this? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
'cause I mean,
Okay.
you go down.
Gordon's been kidnapped, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're
Still
hunting down
kidnapped.
Gordon, and
Help me!
Yeah, you come around a corner and you see him like get dragged off screen like a fucking
Right.
horror movie.
But my point is, this section is like, because at this point, if you're playing this game in 2009, you're already like, man, this fucking game is incredible. And this one is just like, I don't fucking know. Holy fucking
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, dude, it's so and like.
well, before this, you have those people going crazy from the gas.
Yeah, so
Right.
you walk in, and you see him,
And then
like, fall on
Batman
your
starts
face and stuff.
coughing, and then you just go on like normal, like nothing
His
crazy.
eyes are all like, bah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
at one
they
point his
start
eyes start
glowing,
glowing,
and it's like, is something wrong with my
And the-
detective vision?
the camera's like skewed slightly at like
Mhm.
a 30-degree angle, and it's like something's weird. And again, like we know this,
Yeah.
but I remember the first time I played it. It fucked me up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Gordon gets dragged off, I'm like, I don't know what world universe we're in. Gordon could be fucking dead right now.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Yeah.
This is canon, y'all.
Yeah, it's Gordon dead canon. He's not Arkham Knight. What are you talking about? Yeah, like that. I mean, here's my thing, like, because so the Scarecrow section is great, but the part where it's like the last part where it's like the video game part of it is bad. I think.
Yeah.
Where you're like, there's a giant Scarecrow
In the
and-
middle, yeah.
in the middle, and you turn on a spotlight and kill him.
I do have
The
to say,
visual
when,
is cool
the visual
because it's just, it feels so big in like a game that feels so small. But
the lead up to it was so good. Like
the
seeing
lead up is what makes it. Yeah.
seeing Gordon's like dead body, and Batman thinking that, oh my god, I failed Oracle, and like
He's like, Barbara, I'm
he's
so
dead.
sorry."
Like,
Yeah.
and when Batman tries to contact Oracle Barbara, and he doesn't sound like Batman. He sounds like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
he's not cold and rigid. It's like I'm so sorry. I wasn't in time, and like
Yeah.
you felt it in his voice, and you could hear it. That
Conroy crushes this.
he does. It's it's nerve-wracking because everyone's so used to Batman being that cold detective, that no frills, just I gotta do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna take care of things. And then to hear like the defeat and kind of weakness in his voice was very, very well done. And then you get to the actual morgue, and
Yeah,
you
like
unzip the things.
the doors opening and closing and saying "get out," and like that being your hint to like turn around and
Get
leave
out.
the room. It's like it's one of those video gamey things, but it's also like again it in harmony, right? It works so well. And then like opening the body bags and seeing Martha and Thomas like, and then the scarecrow thing. It's a pretty good jump scare. It's not like you open the bag and you can like clearly see the scarecrow in it, but it's a good moment. But same for like the mechanical part of like climbing up the area. It's cool because like that moment where you put the explosive gel on the wall while you're going through like this weird little obstacle course, and giant scarecrow, and like scarecrow like leans in, and he's like looking around. It kind of was like the era of 3D video games, like, oh, he's coming in and like leaning around this broken wall. You made this noise. Like, same for like the actual mechanical part of it. Like, the sequence overall is very tight and short. It's like all told like 5 to 7 minutes. And it's like they crushed it. Like exactly how long it should have been.
Agreed.
Video games are good.
So we shoot Scarecrow with the white light with the bat signal.
Which is a little much. Like
a little
you
much.
literally just blind him with the light of Batman, and
because that saves people from fucking gas and shit. Sure.
It's him overcoming his fears. I don't know.
See, like with that being in Batman's mind, does he just like view the bat signal as a giant laser?
I don't
Like
know.
like a death ray.
That's what Gordon's doing. He's just shooting lasers into the sky. But I will say one other moment, like the moment where you're in the morgue and you turn around and the world's like in pieces floating around, is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Things like that, like in video games, always blows my mind when I don't know it's loading behind me or something's happening behind me. And I turn around, I was like, when the hell did they do that?
Yeah.
that frustum culling or whatever the hell.
What the fuck did you? Frenulum?
Frustum culling. Remember that thing with Horizon Zero Dawn? I was like, oh, here's how we do it's called frustum culling when we load a thing in the background and for the player.
Is
whatever
that
the
mega
hell.
textures? Is that what mega textures are?
That's exactly what mega textures are. But yeah, it is a moment where even in 2012 playing it, I was like, man, anything is possible in this game. Like fucking
dude.
anything is possible.
This is the first third of the game too.
Yeah!
Like, it
Yeah,
gets
I know.
more
Oh, it's
buck
so good.
wild. Like there are parts of this game that aren't amazing, but regardless, like so much of it is good.
Yeah.
And again, I keep trying to like picture like a Batman fan in 2009. They get the game home and like it's like midnight because you can get through this probably up until 2 to 3 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
And just being like, I am speechless. I'm speechless.
Yeah. And that's why, like, it's not just that it did Batman well, like, it's also a great video game. Like,
Yeah,
It's a phenomenal video game.
like it's tight, it's polished. Like you said,
Innovative.
There's clipping, but
Yeah.
like it's introducing new mechanics. Like the Batman Comet was totally new at the time. Detective Vision was totally new at the time. The Predator stuff was totally new at the time. Like reimagining stealth video game and action video game, and also it being one fucking video game. Like, buck fucking wild.
like for a studio that made Urban Chaos,
Urban Cat, they made one kind of okay video game.
which I think was released in what, 99?
It was
No, it was a
2006.
PS2 game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
3
just
years
finding
before
it's a
this.
different game.
1999. They took 10 years to make Batman Arkham Asylum. It feels like it, though. You know?
We were definitely waiting at least 10 years for a good Batman game before Arkham came. You know,
Not a fan of Batman: Rise of Sin Tzu by Ubisoft.
Get the fuck out of here.
never played it, never wanted to.
Yeah.
But one cool nod that we haven't touched on is Batman's suit getting like cut up,
Yeah.
and like
Oh, yeah.
you see it kind of degrading as you go. I thought that was very cool. But once we get done with the Scarecrow, what's next?
We fucking get to that big room where Harley's in like the observation deck up top,
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
and
yep.
it's all the dudes just walking around.
The Metal Gear part where you can't kill
Yeah.
things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like Joker's like, "Can you get through this room without alerting any guards?"
If you do, if anyone gets alerted, Gordon dies. Yeah, because Gordon's tied to a chair at this point.
Yeah.
And Harley's pointing a shotgun at him. And it's just like a giant game for the Joker. And it's like, if you can make it to Harley and knock her out without alerting anybody, you can save Gordon. Otherwise, Gordon's getting a face full of buckshot.
Right. And
I
then
will
at the same time, you get dialogue from Joker and Harley, how like they're gonna get married or whatever the hell. Like it's all great character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once Batman's dead and out of
Yeah.
the way, then they're going to get married.
Yeah. The layout of the guards in this area is frustrating because it's so video gamey, and it's just like,
yeah.
hey, one's on a higher level, one's
Yeah.
on a medium level,
Yeah.
one's on a level. It's like,
Did
Yay.
you? I forget. So I went through this section. I was like, I wonder if I can go through here without taking anybody down, and I did. Do you
Yeah.
have to? Can you take people down in this section? Can you do silent
You
takedowns on them?
can,
Yeah.
but like if someone thinks they hear something and comes to investigate, they'll see the body and then you'll
Yeah.
lose.
Yeah.
I took down all the guards. Then I got like confused on 10 minutes on what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Go up the stairs and kill that dude. Kill that lady. But yeah, you get the jump on Harley. You save Gordon, and Gordon's like, I think there's something fucked up going downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't
there's
know for sure.
Somebody turned
but-
on the fog machine downstairs, and I think there's something in it. And yeah, it's Bane, dude. It like
chained up, like being bled.
yeah, bled dry of his venom. Like it's such a like I was so blindsided by this the first time I played it. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
fucking what, Bane? Because like he's not an asylum character, right? He's not fucking crazy. He's very
No,
sane.
he's like a criminal guy.
Yeah, he's just like juiced.
Yeah.
He's whacked up on roids, man.
Him and Barry Bonds.
Yeah, him and Barry
Super
Bonds are
roid.
juicing. And get your sports references out of here. I'm sorry I approved of that.
I gotta get up on an Irrational Passions product somehow.
Yeah, it's true. I guess this is the most appropriate use of Quinton's sports reference. See if you can work him into every episode of the Arkham Book Club.
I'll try.
But yeah, then you fight Bane. Well, you let Bane go for whatever reason, and then he's like, I'm gonna fucking fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing. Like, you rescue Bane, and then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck you up, Batman." Like,
I think it's because all the
I
venom
wasn't the
pours
one
back into his
bleeding
body.
you dry. I mean, you've tried to kill me a couple times, and I put you in jail. I mean, I literally just rescued you, and now you want to kill me? Fine, let's do this.
Yeah, dude, let's fight.
Big boy.
You fight that big boy.
That is a video game ass boss fight.
Yeah, it's not.
do.
Oh, for sure.
It's not super
He's
good.
charging at you. Throw a batarang so he gets off balance.
You
and
fucking
then
snap his neck. He's like.
It's a weird time for video games. Like this is like the part where like like people still think they need to have a boss fight. Like Uncharted 2 is about to come out and it's gonna have that fucking terrible last boss fight.
Yep.
And like BioShock came out and it had a terrible boss fight.
Yep. It's so weird. Yeah, it's just like there are 4 boss fights in this game. I think 3 or 4. And like none of them are great.
They're
The last
definitely
one's
low-
specifically
they're
pretty
definitely low
bad.
points.
Yeah. But like it's fine. It's inoffensive. If you
Like it's not
lose-
frustrating. It's easy, but it's just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
They aren't bad boss fights, but they're not like
they don't stand out. They're
up
not
to
the
the
highlights.
pedigree of the rest of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it stands out when everything else is so good.
Right? It's like, okay, yeah, that was a boss fight. It's pretty, yeah.
My last.
I think
note,
the last one's probably the best fight in the game.
but it's like I think it's the best mechanical fight in the game.
Yes.
It's interesting.
But
We'll
it's
get
not-
to it.
Yeah, we'll get
Also
into
scary as fuck.
My last note, and again, I basically wrote my notes for you, George, as my targeted audience. My last note is Jim Gordon doesn't know Spanish, huh?
Man.
That's it.
So yeah, we finish the boss fight, and then you get the Batman has some fucking quip. I don't even remember what it is, and he's all like, "I lied" or whatever, and then the Batmobile just fucking.
Oh yeah, he has a good one-liner, and I've totally forgot it.
Yeah,
I forgot what it
throws him
is.
through a concrete wall, and they're like fighting, and Bane grabs him by the neck and is killing him, and Batman's like, "Batmobile, come to me."
He's like,
Presses a
"I'll
button,
break
and
you,
then-
Bat." No, he says, "No, Bane, this time I break you," and
Yes,
fucking hits him with the car.
That's what it is.
and the
Oh, it's
Batmobile
so
just,
good
like,
though, because it's like, oh,
"Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" And then
Yeah.
it just blasts
Yeah.
over the hill,
And it's all like, remember the Batmobile? Oh yeah, boom.
yeah, dude.
It's gone.
and it throws it in the ocean.
Yep. I mean, it's probably fine, but it's gone. You might as well. Yeah, it's a
It's
good
gone.
like
It's
player
not there.
forgets about it. It's
Yeah,
gone.
bye.
I guess what, $100 million down the drain.
Yeah,
Who cares?
he's got some.
Yeah,
And then it ends. We end with like him being like, "Oh yeah, I got a Batcave
I have a
here."
back cave here, so we're
Yeah.
just gonna go stock up. I feel like you should have done that sooner. I feel like
Yeah.
I
that
love
probably
the
would have been my
idea.
first stop after Joker escaped.
Yeah, I love the idea that Batman put a fucking Batcave on Arkham Asylum, though. How fucking good!
Yeah.
Because again, like totally new, original part of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how like surprised Oracle was. It's like, you what?
Yeah.
like, Bruce, don't you think that's a little crazy? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck yeah, it is.
It's like, I didn't
That's
know you do, or how did you do that? And Batman's only response is, "It's me." Or,
It's also
how did
maybe
no
a
one
little
find
bit-
it?
it's also maybe a little like, because again, your Rocksteady is like, we are not in Gotham, so there's no Batcave. But like, we gotta fucking have a Batcave, right? Like, come
And
on.
it's good too.
it's good too.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the first third of
and
the game.
that's the end of the first checkpoint. Everybody,
Yeah, what a video game.
Fuck, guys,
I'm
Batman's
gonna
so
go-
good.
I'm gonna go
Oh, it's so
fucking play
good.
this before bed now. I'm gonna
God.
Yeah,
find some
I know,
Riddler
finally I can play more of
trophies.
this game. I've been like
know.
playing Arkham City because I can't play Arkham Asylum. 'Cause
Same.
I played that section like I finished it. I finished on Sunday, but I had like been putting it off because I was like, fuck.
Yeah, same.
Batman Arkham Asylum, very good video game. I'm very excited for the first book club where we play a game where we all fucking hate.
Yeah.
This is a mistake.
Why did we do this to ourselves?
Yeah,
I will say, real quick,
Yeah.
Joker and Gordon look fucking whack in that remaster, y'all. They look weird.
They do look weird. I don't notice it as much. The hair definitely stands out a bit,
Yeah.
especially on like you fight a half roided Titan soldier very early on the game, and he does not look good.
No.
But generally, I would say like the Return to Arkham version is fine. Like, I feel like if you had never played the game before, like you especially won't notice really anything.
I never owned it for the old systems or like the original systems. And actually, right before we started recording for this and playing through it, it was on sale. Like the Return to Arkham bundle on the PS4 and Xbox was on sale for like $7 a pop.
Yep.
Or like $7 for the two. I can't remember exactly. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll pick that up.
Another weird thing about playing in the original consoles, it reminds me of like video games were just clipping and had no like VSync and had no anti-aliasing. Like it was just like, this thing has 500 megs of RAM. I don't know what you guys want from us.
Right?
So here you go.
This fucking
Yeah, and you have to remember, like this, they were just like at this point, 2009. I would say they're just kind of really getting their footing or like stabilizing on how to develop like HD games.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially like PS3 development was still
Yes,
like,
PS3 is like
fucking
finally
miserable.
stabilizing.
nightmare, yeah.
Also, this very much looks like an Unreal Engine 3 game on
Yeah, it's
PS3.
like I remember
Yeah.
the pop-in in the original games was fucking there. For
Shout out to Unreal
sure.
Engine 3.
I remember all the soft spots just walking around.
Yeah, you're like, this looks weirdly smooth.
And then you just fall through the floor.
Yep. Although, like, Arkham Asylum is very polished. Like, it's a
Oh,
very
for
polished
sure.
video game.
Especially like for the time and everything, it was crazy well done. Like there was, it did a lot of really good things, and even like playing the remaster, it still looks pretty decent. I mean, you can tell it's not like it wasn't built from the ground up on modern systems, but it still is like still looks
Not a
pretty
lot of lighting and shadows in this original version. Having seen both of them, yeah. But everything is all wet and it looks cool.
Yeah, dude, there's a whole lot of rain in this game, and it looks
Yeah.
good. It looks very
Yeah.
good. It's
good.
hella
Moody.
wet.
It's atmosphere.
Volumetric lighting.
It's like We are what? Arkham Knight came out in 2014, right? So we're like
15.
2015? Really?
It's announced in 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
That game sucks.
Remember when they announced that game and I was like, "Oh, it's coming out at the end of the year." And then like, "Oh, it's not. Just kidding. It's coming out like summer 2015."
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
But we're like 3 years out.
2015. It was out.
We're 3 years out from that, and Rocksteady still has not announced their next game. And it's like, fuck, they can make anything, and I'm in. Like,
Oh yeah. At this point, it's just like, give me more Rocksteady.
They
Shout out to
make
Batman Arkham VR.
yeah, dude. Like they can make a Who Framed Roger Rabbit video game, and I'd be fucking so
Same.
right. Like
a
they could
Harry
do.
Potter fucking game.
Man, I really hope that's real. They could do
No.
so good. They could do
All
I
the
so
want a
leads
Green
would just
Lantern
fucking lose their
game.
mind.
That's what I want. I want a good Green Lantern game.
Can I get a Constantine game?
No.
No.
We tried that once. Wasn't it? There was the movie, the game.
There was a Constantine game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for PS2.
There was a Constantine game?
Yeah, it was like
PS2.
based on the movie with
Yeah,
fucking
with
Keanu
Keanu.
Reeves.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Remember the Constantine movie, Quinn?
Your movie sucks.
It's very bad.
Well, that's checkpoint 1.
That's
Yes.
video games.
Yeah, now as we're just started shifting, you can tell when we start talking about Keanu Reeves movies that it's time to call it for the night.
Time to check out.
Well, everybody, for our next checkpoint, if you want to play along with us, we will be playing until the Vines overtake Arkham. So
Yeah.
play up to that point, and then next time we will be talking everything between the Bane fight and Vines.
Man, I forgot that happened. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's
Leafy greens everywhere, y'all.
It's there's some stuff that happens. Like I picked out the checkpoints for this one, and to avoid spoilers, like I feel like the Vines, when you'll know, like a certain thing happens, and then it's like, oh, there are hella Vines everywhere now. That is when you should stop.
If you start thinking there's too many Vines, probably a
should
good time to stop.
You went the
Either
wrong
just
way. You
plant
got to go
with
back.
gas
I mean, I
on the
guess
ground.
people watching, y'all can fucking play ahead if you
Yeah.
want, but we're gonna stop and we're gonna only talk up to that point. So
Exactly.
well, I will say real quick, we don't, because we're doing this like 3 times a month. There isn't like a tight schedule, especially because when we're recording
we're still
we haven't
still
even
working
announced
on
this show
the
yet.
timing of this and the format.
Yeah.
So
Bear with us.
yeah, bear with us for a month or two as we sort this through. But if you want, you can suggest if there is a game you would like us to play or force us to play for Video Game Book Club. Tweet at Irrational Pod, hashtag Video Game Book Club, or just hashtag Book Club with your game suggestion, or join us in the Irrational Passions Discord channel. You can find the link down below in the YouTube channel, in the video description. It's a lot of fun. It's right by that subscription and bell button that you should smash.
Fucking smash that bell, dog. I see you. You're thinking
Exactly.
about it. I think
Like Gallagher and melons.
yeah,
Exactly.
dude. He only needs one thing. Is that a smash? Don't pass, smash. We're gonna have in Discord. We're gonna have a channel specifically to talk book club, the current book club game. Correct? I think by
Yes.
the
Yes,
time
we
this
are.
comes out.
Yep.
Maybe spoilers in that. Just fair warning. If like you're a little behind, we will only talk up until the most current episodes that is out.
Indeed.
So like, it'll be when you are watching this, assuming the next episode is not out yet, the Vines part, we will only be talking up until Bane.
So look forward to that. But in the meantime, will do it for tonight, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time with the first episode of Video Game Book Club, looks at Batman Arkham Asylum. I have been your host, Scott, along with my IP brothers.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
You guys want to shout out yourselves? Or
I mean, yeah.
things?
Jurge is here.
I am here.
Now,
Quentin's here.
I'm
here.
apparently.
I somehow went a whole episode without saying Arkham City is a mediocre video game.
Fuck
But
I would agree with that sentiment.
Y'all are
Alex is here.
y'all are haters.
We're all here.
I'll say, if you like this, you should hear more of Jurge on Input. You should check out Quentin's presumed article read of his own article, Place and Purpose Desert Golfing.
With Jurge.
We had a conversation with George Cruz about it as well. That should be out by the time this is out.
Fingers crossed.
Scott probably wrote some bullshit about JRPGs.
Yep.
And I host one of the other podcasts, Irrational Passions podcast, and listen to Scott and I on Podcast Ultimate.
Where we talk Smash Brothers, and the next one gonna be hot.
It's gonna be a fucking banger, y'all.
King Cruel fucks.
King Cruel fucks.
We hope you enjoyed the first episode of Video Game Book Club, and we'll catch you all next time. Thanks again for stopping in, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.